Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner, pushing his way inside the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Dolphins 41-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mitchell got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
25 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 8-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Mitchell. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
The quarterback is...
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Christian Wilkins. Jared Goff.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they could look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
They start on the ground with Geis, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down at the 20.
Well, look at the numbers for Geis a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
On 2nd and 9. Goff, open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
No gain on the play.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 11.
14.
Here's Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
1st and 10. At their own.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now Mitchell looking to throw on 2nd down. To the right side to Eric Ebron.
Mitchell's pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about them picking up that one? That was big for them.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Mitchell. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Dolphins nothing.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Mitchell. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To throw is Mitchell. To throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Good for a Miami Dolphins.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st down, this is Adams. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a 1st down throw. Goff off to Geis on the screen. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the gun on third down, Goff. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, this is Geis. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's gone. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that's caught by Smith. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to the ground game now with Geis. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
His throw incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it'll bring up third down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Mitchell now on third down. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. This is taken at the 23. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7, though, on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Back to throw, Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
Complete. Fumble on the play.
Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on,
we went with desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. The gun, Mitchell. And an incomplete pass. Mitchell, that'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Mitchell. He'll get this to Connor underneath. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Again, he'll drop to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Connor. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Mitchell. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
The kick.
And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6.
Steelers 10, Dolphins 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 2nd and 10, Goff again, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
On first down, it's gone. He'll rifle this one deep right. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Not sure much more could have been done there defensively. One up with him. Tried to knock it away. Tried to get an arm in. Unsuccessfully.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. To throw is gone. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
33-yard line.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they? They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down. And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A gain of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Made by Devin Bush.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the air now with Goff. Over the middle to Smith. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
It's a gain of 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. On the keeper, here's Goff. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. The open man is Smith. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
Under 10, 10.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Goff. Now they go screen. It's complete. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Now gone. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Looking to throw. Mitchell. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
16.
A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. So from back deep in their own territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Miami set to take over. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow him to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's the ex-Dolphin, Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and...
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, Mitchell. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Mitchell's pass.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 3rd down.
Yard gain on the play.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Ebron caught left side. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
This is caught. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
47-yard line.
Now Goff on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On the carry.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Mitchell from the gun on 3rd down. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. And other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Here's Mitchell throwing on 1st down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here's Connor. Shoves him away. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Well, third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said.
Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now a first down throw. Goff. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw again on second down. Goff. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. A shotgun snap for Goff. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10.
So opening drive third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Geis, the ball carrier.
A look at the numbers for Geis a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up third down.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
32.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now a run with Geis. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. Out of the gun, Geis. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Or I'll call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And this long drive is going to continue as they move the chains again. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, second down.
4-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, let's go. Go, Brown. 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 Mike, 55.
Out of the gun. Gone. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
From the gun on third down, Goff. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming fourth down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Mitchell. Ebron with it over the middle. The 40. 20. 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Goff on first down. Smith catches left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Hey, get the way. 58 is the Mike. Hold on. Check.
On first down, Goff. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That catch good for only a couple. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff, and his throw's going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Again, Goff. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
2nd and 6.
From the gun, here's Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. To throw is Goff. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Intercepted by the Steelers.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 37-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Dolphins 0.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. First carry for James Conner. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And that will be incomplete. And the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
7-yard line.
Miami set to take over. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence.
Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football.
Jared Goff sacked.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On the ground, it's Geis. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Four receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Just beating the play clock is Goff. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Dolphins. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This is Geis. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Cameron Hayward.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Geis. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Geis again, the ball.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now Mitchell on 1st and 10. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. From the gun, a give to Connor. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Back to throw. Mitchell. He'll get that one complete to Connor. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
1st and 10 at their own 27.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield too.
17, 55.
On 1st down, it's gone. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. It's the ex-Dolphin, Minka Fitzpatrick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
35-yard
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a...
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Mitchell, screen pass to Connor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. To throw is Mitchell on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No gain, and it's second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They run with Connor. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Steeler ball carrier, Caleb Chason on the tackle.
So we're at halftime with ours. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Steelers 7, Dolphins 6.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now left side on the swing pass. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Mitchell now from the gun on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Connor.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They stopped them shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
On the draw, Connor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Back to throw. Mitchell, throw left side, complete. That's Connor. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw is incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Back to throw, Goff. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Mitchell throwing again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, that should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus. You know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
The ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
All day, every day, any day. We're good. We're good. Check 55 tonight. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the 44, Goff throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
Goff. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. at their own 22-yard.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes.
It's a foot race. He's at the 40, past the 20. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Holding offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On the draw, Connor. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, but it'll be second down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. A third quarter now, and a one-point game as they line up second and 10. Throwing again, Mitchell. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Darrell Taylor, culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Third quarter from Miami. This is second and 10. A shotgun snap for gone. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, I think we got evidence right now that this team's not going to be daunted at all. Just because they're backed up doesn't mean they're not going to continue to throw the football. They threw an incompletion on first down, but they came right back on second down and threw it again. And this time they hit it for not just good yardage, but a first down.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Dolphins. 45 yards. And that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a third to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Jump.
Now a first down throw. Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the red zone now, Goff. Off to Geis on the screen. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Back now in Miami. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. To throw again on second down. Goff. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
The Dolphins on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. To the air again, Goff. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was third down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Goff throwing again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Here's Mitchell throwing on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And his throw here's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Mitchell. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. From the gun, Mitchell. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Mitchell on 1st and 10. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson.
Mitchell's pass.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
brings up
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Steelers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Conner. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
This will be caught at about the 6. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Now gone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to grade the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a 1st down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked picked off by Bud Dupree. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Now a draw play. This is Connor. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, run through the post, and this thing could be over. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And he rifles one incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. 3rd and long. It's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Mitchell's pass.
So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
That's exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
To throw is Mitchell. To throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
first kick 47. This one looks good as well. And taken right at the 35. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Miami set to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Now it's Goff. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Yeah. 58, Mike, 58.
Goff. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Intended for number 84. Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Goff now to throw. The open man is Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Now Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Again, Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing again is Goff. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it was a golden chance to go ahead here in the final moments, but he misses for a 2nd time in this game.
Brandon, either one of those go, and they might be on their way to a victory. Instead, they're going to have to hold on here defensively just to force overtime.
Mitchell's pass, intended for Eric Ebron, incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Mitchell. Ebron with it over the middle.
Mitchell's pass.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late.
All time.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
And out come the Dolphins now. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
That was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
First down, this is Geis. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Goff looking middle, and it's incomplete. So 3rd down coming up. But Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4 down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
27-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Mitchell. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Mitchell. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Partner, this is a pretty good drive they're putting together. And I know if I'm on the other sideline, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all, but if they go down and score a touchdown, this thing's over.
Absolutely. That would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Mitchell now on 3rd down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jerome Baker, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
76, tell him. 76. 76.
On first down, it's gone. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call. But when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Now Goff on first down. Able to find his running back, Geis. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
From the 50, it's Goff. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Intended for number 32. Incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
That's the way. At 58 to Mike. Go 58 to Mike. We hold this. 5, 58.
A shotgun snap for gone. Oh, and it's intercepted. It's the ex-Dolphin, Minka Fitzpatrick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. You can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
His throw incomplete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated.